What is going on, guys? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys a Week 2 episode of my NFL DFS podcast. We have a great Week 2 shaping up for the main slate here. As usual, I'm going to give you guys a quarterback, a running back, a wide receiver, a tight end, and a defense. All value plays that I'm looking at for this main slate. There's a lot of good ones out there. There's some really affordable guys in great spots. And these afternoon games, the 4 o'clock Eastern games, are looking awesome. All 4 of them have a 50 or over-under, which is awesome. Those games are going to be a shootout. And even the 1 o'clocks, there's some good 1 o'clock games. Not many games have low over-unders. The lowest over-under of the slate is the Patriots and Jets, which is not surprising. But before we get into my picks, my sponsored sportsbook, BetUS, I'm putting the link below. Sign up today, and all first-time depositors of $50 or more using promo code JOIN125 will get a 125% match bonus. Just click the link below. All the details are right under this video. But going right into this main slate for Week 2 here, I like Justin Herbert a lot. I think a lot of people are going to be on him. He's definitely a cash game guy. The Cowboys defense looked terrible in their first game against Tom Brady and the Bucs. They got absolutely torched. We knew going into this season that the Cowboys were going to have a great offense but a bad defense. Always going to be a good thing to be picking guys from whatever team the Cowboys are playing all year long. The Chargers are in a really good spot. Herbert looked great in Week 1. We all know how great he was last year. He can really let the ball air out. 337 passing yards against what was supposed to be a pretty good Washington football team defense going into the year. But after Daniel Jones just kind of torched them on Thursday Night Football, I don't know if their defense is great. But regardless, Herbert has a dream matchup here against the Cowboys. Definitely my favorite play. The Chargers are my favorite team on the main slate. 7,600 is just not a high enough price on Herbert. For running backs, I'm looking at Najee Harris. Harris is in a great spot here going into Week 2 against the Las Vegas Raiders. Didn't have the best Week 1, only 45 rushing yards, a couple catches, but that Bills and Steelers game was a defensive battle. I'm not going to really get too caught up on that first game. They were just, Harris as a rookie has to, get some games under his belt, but I love the potential that this guy has. Raiders got crushed Week 1 on the ground. They're ranked last going into Week 2. I think Harris at 6,100 is just the best value play at running back here. He was the only Steelers back to receive a carry, so that's awesome. That means they really trust him. They're really relying on him, and they were even giving him a couple of passes. So Harris has just as much potential as anyone else around this salary to have an awesome game. He is my favorite running back value play for Week 2. For wide receiver, let's look at DK Metcalf. I had Metcalf last week, and I was getting really discouraged. He had 0 targets in Week 1 in the first half. But DK Metcalf does what DK Metcalf does, and it doesn't matter. He had a great second half, 5 targets, 4 receptions, 60 yards, and a touchdown. It's really just between him or Tyler Lockett who's going to have a great game. Kind of a flip of a coin. Lockett had the better game in Week 1. I think Metcalf is going to have the better game in Week 2. This Titans and Seahawks game should be an absolute shootout. Both defenses aren't great. Both offenses are great. So Metcalf at 7,000 has just as much upside as really any other receiver on this entire slate. I like this play at 7,000. For tight end, like I was saying with Justin Herbert, I like matching him with Jared Cook. You could also look at other receivers. They'll be chalky: Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. Cook's in a good spot, though, filling the shoes of Hunter Henry, who got shipped out to New England over the offseason. Cook is the primary tight end here. He should see plenty of targets on Sunday against the Cowboys. We all saw what Rob Gronkowski did against this Cowboys secondary. He had 8 catches, 2 touchdowns. Cook definitely a red zone specialist. I think Herbert's going to be looking his way quite often. 8 targets in week 1 is really a good thing to see. 56 receiving yards. I think he gets in the end zone in week 2 here. 5,400, a great play. And then for defense, there's not many great defenses that are catching my eye here. Like I was saying, there's a lot of high over-unders here in week 2. I'm just going to spend up on the Patriots defense at 5,000. This game has the lowest over-under. The Patriots are favorited, and the Jets really didn't look great in week 1. An awful first half. A better second half, but they didn't impress me. Zach Wilson, still he's a rookie. He's only played 1 game. Bill Belichick is notorious for getting under rookie quarterback skin. He will probably outcoach the Jets here and figure out ways to stop Zach Wilson. I like the Patriots D here. They should have plenty of opportunities to make some plays. That'll sum it up for this week's edition of my NFL podcast, guys. I appreciate you tuning in. Like and subscribe. Until next time, I am the FD Guru, and I'm signing off. See ya.